Hey everybody, this is Justin with SUP Board Guide coming to you today with the iRocker all-around 11-foot review. We're super stoked to get this board out on the lake this year. iRocker's made some fantastic upgrades and we really think you're going to love the board. It's a board that's really built for a lot of different people, from beginners to intermediate plus riders to really about everyone, but especially for those who are really tall or a little bit heavier, because it's a fantastic like family board or multi-person use board. And it can really be used in a lot of different conditions. You know, it can be used for, you want to take it out and go all the way across the lake, sit all day with your family with tons of gear, all day adventures. This is a great board. If you're going out on flat water, like what we're seeing here with lakes, marinas, bays, you know, slow moving rivers, a really good board. It'll even be a good board in situations like smaller surf or even open ocean paddling. It'll do a really good job and can even do a decent job with fishing. It doesn't have all the setup that you want, maybe on some of the other models, but it's a really good board. Again, just for kind of all around everything. And that's why it is once again, one of our top rated all around stand-up paddle boards for 2020. We've got the iRocker all-around 11 backpack, and it's an upgraded backpack. As you can see, fits really nice around my waist. Really nice cushioned straps, both here in the chest and in the waist. And so it's a really great backpack. Let's take it off and just kind of show you what it's like to actually inflate the board so you get that whole experience. The board, the pump, and the paddle are all stored in this main compartment here. And you'll notice it's a really nice big size compartment, so it really fits everything really well. So you got the pump here, the paddle, and then the board. And I've secured it with this nice strap that it comes with. We're gonna lay this out. And I've got it on this tarp. It's just a random heavy duty tarp. I've actually got news that iRocker is going to be coming out with their own kind of landing mat. One thing to notice, when you're pumping it up, you don't want that valve open. So press down is open and that lets air out and in. You don't want it that way when you're pumping it up, because when you pull this off, you're gonna lose a couple PSI. So you actually want it locked and closed. This will engage this yellow part, this pin, as it pushes it down and lets you pump it up. But then when you pull it off, it won't let air out. So very key thing, don't make that mistake because you won't like it. Dual action up and down, pumping air in. When you go to setting 2, when you pull up, it's not pumping air in, so it's a lot easier to go up. Only when you push down does it let air in. The third action, it's now single chamber, not on the up, only on the down does it pump it in. And so as it gets progressively harder, that's where you'll start out at 1, go to 2, and go to 3. So let's show you what it's like to pump up the iRocker all-around 11. So it takes about 5 to 7 minutes to pump it up by hand. I'm gonna be honest, I pump up a lot of paddle boards, so I just go straight to the electric pump. This is a definite recommended upgrade. Makes it really nice. So it's iRocker's electric pump. Does a great job, connected the same way. You just adjust the PSI and hit go. And it does all the work for you. It's wonderful. Okay, so let me show you how to just take this off. Again, you just twist it here, take it off. Because we left that up, it's nice and closed. Then you just put this on and seal it, and you're ready to go. Okay, so let's take a look at the bag that comes with the iRocker all-around 11. This is an area that has really been upgraded by iRocker a lot this year and makes it really functional. And to be honest, we really like it. So as you can see here, so a couple things that they did differently. They added several outside pockets to just make it easier to kind of organize things, keep things clean, etc. So you've got this top pocket here, and in the top pocket, that's where I like to store the fins. So I'll set these out and then I'll show you the fins in a second. Right, so just nice pocket there, kind of perfect size for the fins. This middle pocket here, I like to store the leash. And that's also where I store this repair kit, right? On the sides, you have these mesh pouches that you can put, you know, bags of chips or drinks or whatever. What's really cool is behind them, you have a zippered pouch that you can store smaller items, keys, phones, etc. And that's on both sides. Both sides the zippered pouch, both sides that mesh bag there. On the front, you have the storage area with the bungees. And then on the back, something new that they added this year as well, is they added this pouch up top. Now this pouch is made specifically for their electric pump, which is really cool. We've actually been storing our electric pumps in little coolers that we bought. And I'm really excited now to be able to store our iRocker's pump right here. So just makes it easier to kind of get that upgrade. The last thing that I want to show you on the pouch, or on the bag, is they have the handles on the side here and on the top. So the top, this side, just makes it really easy to pick up and carry along. You notice this bag does not have wheels, but they do have this nice strap here, and they're coming out. They're working on a little gadget that'll attach here, and like a roller wheel attachment to make it a little bit easier to roll if you'd like, which is really cool because then you could backpack with it without the wheels. And if you want to roll it around, you can put the wheels there, right? So that's, again, the overview of the bag. The zippers are really quality. They're really strong, really nice quality bag all the way around. Makes the whole experience that much easier. Okay, now let's take a look inside the bag. As you can see, it's got a really nice big main compartment here that, again, you have tons of space to store anything you need. This is where you keep the pump. We already pumped this up, so I'm going to set that back down there. And then also the paddle. So where I keep that. So again, really nice, big, spacious main compartment, really good quality zippers. Just does a great job with the bag. So let me set this bag aside and start going through everything that comes. And it's important to note that everything you see here is what comes standard with the iRocker 11. You don't have to buy any of these as additional upgrades. So basically everything you need to get out there on the lake is included here. So let's start with the repair kit. So again, this is something that you probably won't need to use much, if ever. But the repair kit comes with the nice patch that'll kind of patch it if you do happen to get something, you know, on the side or a hole or anything. One thing to note, it won't work on the seam. So if you do have a seam issue, contact iRocker and they'll help you kind of figure out what you need to do. Never happened to us. Don't think it's going to happen to you. You also get a nice valve, or a nice wrench that'll tighten this inflation valve back here. It's not something that I've ever had to use, but it's also not a tool you're going to find at Home Depot, I don't think. So keep a hold of that just in case. It is nice to have that. So that's the repair kit. You also get a nice coiled leash. The leash has nice quick release strap, very comfortable. I really like how it swivels so it doesn't get tangled up around your leg. That can get really annoying. And it just attaches back to this back D-ring, and it's coiled to keep it out of the water. If it's in the water and it drags, that will slow you down a little bit, and it might get wrapped around one of the fins. It's just kind of a pain. So the coiled leash is a really nice quality leash. Great to get that. Another really cool thing, iRocker kept the same fins as last year. So they're the nylon, it's a tri-fin setup. Okay, you got the two side fins and the center fin. And they're nylon, they're very sturdy, and they just snap lock in. Within 3 seconds, you're out on the water going. Super easy, super convenient, and do a really good job. One thing I do like, I like the white. It's just a little different. Most every other fin is black, and it just looks really cool on the board. So I really do like these fins. I think iRocker did an excellent job with that this year. And finally, and one of the things I'm most excited about that they upgraded was the paddle. So it's a 3-piece paddle again, so it's adjustable for whatever, you know, whatever height you are. But iRocker made some pretty good upgrades with the paddle. So let's kind of take a look. So 3-piece. So here's this pin lock here. You just push that in. You slide it in. One thing to notice, don't slam your fingers. It just locks in place, so nice and sturdy there. And then up top, you just push this back, and it has a lock, a pin inside that you're going to push against these holes and kind of lock it in. So just get to whatever height you like. That's about where I usually like it. And that's the paddle. So where iRocker upgraded this a lot is it's a carbon fiber composite paddle. So it's really lightweight, and they didn't just cut weight on the shaft. So it's the shaft that's carbon fiber composite. The blade is still a nylon blade, but if you'll notice, it's a really nice thin blade and it's really light. So when you're paddling, you know, that weight on the edge of the paddle is actually the heaviest part. And so it's really nice if you're going, you know, I mean, this lake is pretty long. If I'm gonna go for a paddle all the way down and all the way back, having a nice lightweight paddle that feels really good in my hands makes a bigger difference than you think. So I'm a big fan of iRocker's paddle and what they've done there. So as you can see, again, this is everything you get with the kit when you order the iRocker All Around 11. It's everything you need to get on the lake and is a really great value. Okay, so iRocker includes 3 nylon blade fins, and they're really good quality fins. And the nicest thing about them is how easy it is that they go in. So to put those in, you just take them up. You have this little groove here that goes in at the front. Then you just snap it down. Make sure you go all the way. If it's up a little bit, it's gonna be a little hard to close, so you just wanna make sure it goes all the way down. Then you just snap it down in the back and you're done. Now, the side fins, same thing. Just snap down, snap in, down and in, and they're locked, they're safe. We've never lost any of these. They're fantastic fins. And then to take them out is just as easy. You just flip that lock up and out, flip the lock, up, out, flip that lock, up, and out, and then you're done. Okay, so let's take a look at the features of the iRocker All Around 11 SUP. Again, as you can tell, iRocker's really upgraded a lot of the features on this board and just made it that much more of an all-around board. So, first of all, the board is made out of 3 layers of composite PVC material. Now, this is a little bit different than last year. Last year, they had 4 layers. And by going down to 3, what they were able to do is actually cut 20% of the weight, but maintain the same durability, the same weight capacity. It's 435 pounds, so you can put a lot of people on this board, or in my case, me and 2 of my kids, or me and my wife, etc., right? So they were able to do all that, even though they went down to the 3 layers and cut 20% of the weight. So that's really nice. It's an 11-foot board by 33 inches wide and 6 inches deep. And again, it's just a really well-made board. So if you look at all of the different features on there, another area that iRocker upgraded this year, they added a few more handles. So they've got a rear handle, they've got a middle handle, and they've got this front handle. And what that does is it just makes it a lot easier to kind of carry out to the lake to launch. You can have 2 kids holding the front and the back. It just makes it a little bit easier to use, and I really like that upgrade. Next place that they really upgraded as well is they added 3 more action mounts. So that's 4 total. So you've got these 2, what they call mini mounts back here, and they've got 2 up front here. And I love where they place these large action mounts up front. So with these action mounts, you can put a GoPro, heck, you can put 4. You can put a fishing rod holder, cup holders, phone holders. You can just do a lot with these 4 different action mounts, and I love that they added those. In addition to that, they expanded the cargo areas in the front and then also in the back. So in total, you have 20 D-rings. Okay, so that's 20 D-rings up top, and then in the front on the back side here, you have another D-ring in case you want to tow it with a boat or something like that. But with all these D-rings, you have a lot of cargo storage space. So you've got a 6 D-ring storage space in the back with this bungee and a 6 space storage part in the front. And technically, I guess you could remove this if you want, you know, kind of take this piece off and remove it, but then you'd have to kind of put it back together. But it's just really nice that you have these two really good storage areas. Now in the middle, another place where they upgraded things a lot is with this EVA deck pad. It's really cushioned and soft, but it grips really well. I love how they added the little iRocker logo. It just looks really sweet. But the part that I actually like most is it comes to the very back. So if you're doing a back fin turn, you can step all the way to the back. And then they added these deep grooved lines that give it some more traction. So your feet can just really grab that nicely. And just as you're walking around, moving on the board, it's just very comfortable, very good quality EVA deck pad. So as you can see, you know, when you take a step back and look at this, it's just has a lot of features on the iRocker All-Around 11. And again, one of the reasons why we rated it as one of the top boards for 2020. And then to top all of that off, iRocker stands behind this board with their fantastic customer service. There's a 2-year warranty. They're adding an option for a 3rd-year warranty that you can purchase if you'd like, but they also offer a 60-day return. So basically buy it, check it out. If you don't like it, I mean, you can send it back. Honestly, it's a really good company. They take really good care of you, and it's one of the reasons why we always really do like iRocker. Okay, so we're gonna talk really quick about the performance. Performance, we're gonna look at 3 things. We're gonna look at stability, at maneuverability, and at tracking. And from a stability standpoint, you don't get much more stable than the iRocker. At 11 feet by 32 inches, and the volume that this board has with the bomb-proof triple layer PVC, it's a really stable board. Again, as I jump up and down, move around on the board, you can see it just does a really good job. And because of that, it also makes it to where it's easy to maneuver, right? So as a beginner, when you're moving, one of the most common turns you're gonna do is just kind of turn like this, right? It's a little slow, it's a little steady, but it gets the job done and you don't fall in the lake, which is kind of key, right? Now, as you progress though, you'll wanna do what's called a back fin turn. As you notice, you walk to the back, you lift that up, you just turn, right? And as you turn, you're able to turn a lot faster, and you're able to kind of turn on a dime, and you just step back up to the front, and you're good to go there. You really want to have a well-shaped board. So this board is an all-around shape. So if you notice at the front, it tapers a little bit with a little bit of rocker. What that's gonna do, the rocker is gonna lift it up out of the water, and as you paddle, it's going to prevent it from pushing too much water and slowing you down. It's also going to help through cut. It's going to help you cut through some chop. When the wind picks up, if you're blown into a downwind or a headwind, it's just going to make it glide a little bit better. On the back, there's also slight rocker on the back. So as you paddle, it's not going to pull water as much. And it's going to, again, help you glide just a little bit better, a little bit faster, and just have a better overall experience, right? So the iRocker, we really do like the shape of the board, and it just does a really good job gliding. As far as tracking goes, as you can see, it tracks really well. Those 3 removable nylon fins do a fantastic job, and these stringer lines just keep the board really nice and straight. And it helps you when you want to go out, get out and tour and really enjoy the water. You know, I love going out at 6 a.m. and just, paddling for a couple miles. You really can go going a little faster, engage the core. If you're not engaging your core, you're probably not doing it right. It's a total body workout, and you can do all of that really well on the iRocker Around 11, which is, again, one of the reasons why we love it so much. So that's kind of the performance for the iRocker. It does a fantastic job. It'll be a board that'll grow with you as you move from beginner to intermediate plus, and let you do a lot of different things because it performs so well. We went over a lot of things, but bottom line, what does that mean? What it means is this board is a great board for just about everyone. It's great for beginners to intermediate plus paddlers. It's great for, again, pretty much everyone, but especially someone who is taller or someone who's a little bit heavier because of the high weight capacity. Also, if you want to use it as a family board and put a couple people on the board, really great board. So again, just about everybody can really love this board. As far as situations and where you'd want to take this board to, it excels really well in flat water conditions. So lakes, bays, marinas, just kind of paddling around and having a ton of fun, touring across the lake, etc. Does really well. It also does great if you want to take it out on an all-day excursion, because you can put 2 coolers and a couple people on here and just tons of gear. Fantastic for that situation. It's also even pretty darn good in small surf, in light rapids, and even fishing because of the stability, So again, the iRocker All-Around 11, great, fantastic board for just about everyone in an all-around conditions, and that's why it's rated one of our top inflatable SUPs for 2020.